What's up guys, Chou here, and today I have another ranked gameplay for you guys. This is a dual ranked gameplay alongside my friend Wasabi, who is playing as Jawhead, and I have brought out an old flame of mine, Chou. And this is gonna be pretty interesting because, well, you can immediately notice that I took Retribution instead of Flicker on the Chou, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But anyway, let's talk about team composition. We have one tank on our team, Tigreal. We have 3 fighters on our team, myself, Chou, Jawhead, as well as Khalid, and a marksman, Leslie. Enemy team has 1 tank, Akai. They have another tank mage, Esmeralda, as well as a mage, Chang'e, a fighter mage, Guinevere, and a marksman, 1-1. So, on to a little bit of why did I take jungle item? Well, that's simply because Retribution was taken on Leslie, and I just don't trust the Leslie. That's kind of about it, because with so much crowd control on the enemy team side, if you take Retribution on the marksman like Leslie, personally I wouldn't have done it. I would have taken Flicker or Purify, because you really need those survival kits. So I just didn't trust it. I took Retribution myself, just in case in the late game I need to carry our team if our marksman gets caught out, for example. So anyway, I already had the Hunter's Knife. It's gonna reduce the experience I gain in lane, which is kind of shitty, but you know. Anyway, Kali got first blood to 1-1. Jawhead came out very nice gank and get a kill onto Guinevere here. Excellent gank from Jawhead. Really strong off laner, to be honest. Now he's a little bit of a roamer, but he's still going for damage, which is great, because personally, as I mentioned before, Jawhead tank is just retarded, you know, full potential, damage. So I'm really happy with that. Anyway, now Leslie is a hyper carry, so to speak. Technically this thing shouldn't have worked, but the enemy team is kind of weird as well, at least in the composition sense. It's not really ideal on both sides. Jawhead went all the way in, but he's gonna be alright. And I decided to just take the crab right here. Since I have Retribution, I don't take as much experience from the lane, so I need to supplement as much as I can in jungle. Joy came out with a nice gank again, but Guinevere wised up to it and not gonna fall for the same trick again. But now we're gonna move to mid. Unfortunately, mid is already backed off, so we're not gonna be able to do anything. And so this is kind of the issue here. We're just gonna go back and, you know, farm. So this is one of those things where you think about it, and I think this is rarely seen in a lot of games now. People are just going all in, no matter what the cost, and they are like, yep, I'm going to engage onto this hero or this champion. And even if the circumstances aren't the best, it's a huge risk of killing yourself, people are just gonna do it. And this is where it's really important to exercise some control, because you don't have to kill to gain an advantage, so to speak. What you need to do is to, you know, just have an advantage. Then if people are pressured away from going out of there, that's fine. Honestly here I missed time my Retribution, could have got it if I was a little bit slow. Tigreal didn't check the bush for me, but I'll be fine. Guinevere is actually behind our farm, and with the tough boots, I'm gonna be fine after taking the ultimate from Guinevere. So to speak, in lane I have not too much of an issue. Trying to last hit my stuff here. Tigreal's in the front, leading the charge. Guinevere got a hit onto the Leslie. Looks like Guinevere didn't have the ultimate there. I'm gonna use Retribution to slow the Esmeralda to save the Leslie. Pretty interesting fight overall. Fortunately, I can't really kill Esmeralda, obviously. Chou early game is still kind of trash. He does have some mobility damage, but I would never go in on my own, because I don't really have enough damage to kill someone on my own solo. So first item I'm using is not Blade of Despair, but it's the Blade of the Heptaseas, mainly because it's much cheaper and it fits the playstyle of Chou, just hiding around trying to get kills, surprise people out of the blue. Unfortunately, that somehow triggered my tower shot because there was nothing in range. Our marksman is taking the turtle. Come on to help. Consider wanted to take it, but I just gave it to Leslie. Just as a sign of goodwill. I really don't need it at this point. Survivability of a marksman is very important. And our mid line is doing fine. Once again, Guinevere's on her own. Even though I'm ahead, I'm not gonna force anything. I'm ahead by 600 gold actually. But what's important is for me to try and keep myself safe. Got a hit onto the Chang'e. And then you can see the damage. It's just not enough to kill someone at this point. Even though I'm ahead of farm once again by about 600 gold. So I need to be very cautious before going head on to engage, because this is really opportunity for other people to counter engage, and that's kind of the issue with Chou here. Personally, he could use a little damage buff, that's what I would feel. But I think he's fine right now. We're just playing him as more of a utility fighter instead of a pure damage one. Just like how Ruby is. So as I mentioned, Ruby, interestingly, because both of them sort of fall in the same category of crowd control fighters, you don't really want to engage with them head on because you don't have enough damage to kill anyone. And what you should be doing is just looking for opportunity, baiting them out, try to maybe poke them a little bit, make them low, and got the kill onto Guinevere here. Very nice toss by the Jawhead. Consider going after the Chang'e. This side is a little bit risky, so we're just gonna back off. I can't use ultimate. I'm not gonna try anything fancy. Just gonna back off because there isn't a real target that I can reliably hit, since the marksman is not over there, and actually the marksman has died so many times. Jawhead went all in on the Chang'e right there. He's gonna have a little issue. I saw the Chang'e was very low. No, Chang'e will probably recalling someone, and you know, there you are. Get a kill. Unfortunately, Jawhead's gonna die. I can't go in any further. It's way too risky. But I will take the tower. Hardy jumping in over there. Got a hit onto Guinevere here. And you know, he made a mistake of jumping in, so I just get it. Unfortunately, Tigger's gonna die because he went really far in. As you can see, because of Esmeralda, I can't actually get too close to them. Or actually, I can't even engage on Esmeralda because it's too tanky, basically. Just gonna secure the crab right here. Lethal Wanderer, if I got it right. Leslie looks like to be in an interesting position on his own. I'm not very interested in helping either because I want to clear the lane, because Leslie is taking the bottom lane instead. Tried to dash in on the Chang'e there, but I saw him give me that, so he immediately backed out, get out of range. And here I can a little bit of a demonstration of how Chou just can't kill Esmeralda. You can see I'm already more than 1,500 gold ahead of Esmeralda, and there's no way I can do any significant damage to Esmeralda. Tigger managed to do a little nice engage onto Esmeralda and Guinevere, but unfortunately our team wasn't really there. Guinevere jumping in here, really dashing out. Once again, you just gotta be very patient with Chou. Wait for a perfect opportunity, or more, at least a good enough opportunity, where you will not risk your life by going all the way in, where it's reasonable that you'll get a kill. Here I got a kill to Esmeralda, immediately backed out. No, it's risky. You don't want to get caught in the Guinevere ultimate, so once again playing very safe, and that's how I think this is how Chou will be the most annoying. If you're playing very safe, the enemy team actually can't do much. They have to play safe as well, because if they go in, they're always waiting. and anyone who is unfortunately in the wrong place will suffer. I can't actually jump all the way onto Jawhead, but Jawhead, you know, even building damage because he's so far ahead, there's no way he's gonna take any significant problems with that.
The man who can beat me has not been born yet.
Of course, we snowball really hard. Not many mistakes were made, and we're just waiting for an opportunity to take the major objective and help us push our lanes even further. Myself, ping the take Lord, and clear the minion wave as well.
In the world of Kung Fu, speed
Then to go after the Chang'e here, but you know, Chang'e's too fast. Flicker would have got me there, but I don't think it's worthy enough to flicker in just for that kill. Anyway, our team has started the Lord. Just gonna go in and help them out a little bit. As of now, the enemy team is basically hiding their base, and we're just gonna maximize the opportunity. As the Lord comes in, we need to be very careful. Kali jumping in all over there. That's why I use Purify. Very messy. I'm gonna take a step back and watch what's happening. Unfortunately, kicked the wrong person here. It's not great. I'm using ultimate, but you know, Kali is very tanky, and being ahead on farm helps as well. Not very great team fight. I unfortunately kicked the wrong target, which isn't great. But besides that, we're just gonna try and parallel minion wave. Our mid lane went in too early. You can see the minions going in right now. That's not ideal, because what happens is the minion wave arrives too fast, and actually our top lane also arrived a little bit too early, which isn't too great. This isn't ideal, but it's decent enough. Now the Lord is pushing in on the bottom. I'll wait for opportunity. I'm not gonna dive in first because you know my damage is very crucial. Kali is gonna jump in right there. Akai using ultimate blocking someone. Kali is going to be dead. Take a knockup, take a step back, take a revenge. Very nice ultimate here. 1-1 with ultimate, just can't do anything. I can kick once people are low. Knock up on the Guinevere. Guinevere trying to kill me. Impossible. Way too much farm, and this is where the snowball begins. Or more should I say, where it snowballs so hard that it doesn't matter. Diving in to take the last hit on the tower. We'll be able to clear out all the inhibitor turrets at this moment, with Chang'e left behind. Use one Retribution, slow Chang'e, Chang'e use Flicker, and that will be the game. So GG, well played, I guess. It's a very clean game, I will say. Actually, this is really worthy of a rewatch. We did almost everything correct, from the laning phase, on the ganking, from even teamfight at the end. It was very excellent. Our tank actually did a great job. As for myself, I was at the right time. I was at the right place at the right time for the most part, and ended up getting MVP because I didn't take any deaths for the team. So overall, I guess I hope you guys learned something, I guess, from Chou gameplays. In your lane, you can't win against anyone, but you can hold the lane for sure. And beyond that, try to get your team to gank over. Once you poke them until they're really low, or at least 50% or so, you get your team over the gank and help you to win the lane. Because otherwise, Chou can't really dominate the lane on its own. But beyond that, he is really a great pick, especially if you want to counter enemy squishies, especially if you want to dive the enemy backline. Chou is really a great pick, but you probably want to take Flicker instead of Retribution if you really want to do that, as you can go way more aggressive. As you can see in this case, since I was using Retribution, I had to play very safe, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means you have to adapt your playstyle to it and avoid feeding the enemy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Chou signing off. I'll see you guys next time.